individual opinion and whatnot, but I mean, I could see it, honestly.
Maybe.
Like I've played Ness against, like, the Weasel's Rosa quite a bit, and I've won a good amount of games. It's really not that bad. Like, he takes care of Luma really well.
Right.
And his back throw kills her disgustingly early if you just grab her on the ledge. Like, back roll, and she doesn't normally get up, kill her like it's 80.
Yeah.
You can't do that against Cloud. He's too heavy.
Like, he is actually fairly heavy, unfortunately,
like
for everybody.
Ness doesn't, really. No. Ness doesn't gimp him. Like, I guess you could try going for the yo-yo, but that's it. That's where it ends. If you can't do that, you can't gimp him on stage.
But Horse putting in work with those PK fires.
Yeah.
Definitely, Horse is known for being the Wi-Fi Ness of Arizona. He goes for PK fires and all that kind of weird stuff. Goes for lots of really punishable stuff that is completely unpunishable on Wi-Fi.
Luhtie getting the down B setup, or down smash for down B setup, but he whiffs the first hit but gets it on the return.
Oh man, finishing touch.
On the ground too.
Wow, that's really strong.
That was a good read.
Gonna take out Horse's second stock. Saiki's still on his first stock.
Right as you say that, he gets grabbed. So Luhtie is settling for a bit of a more reserved punish game. He's not going for up Bs when he could if he wanted to, because it just sets him up for more punishes. Honestly, if I'm hitting the Cloud with the up B, I wouldn't really hesitate to do it, because I don't think Sheik's going to be able to punish me that bad.
Right.
Granted, tip or up smash hurts really bad. I'm getting some anti-synergy
It does,
here.
but that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, that's not... The Sheik usually doesn't have the luxury of going for that if you still have your teammate with you.
Right. You can't just charge smashes against your against an opponent usually.
You got to get pretty precise space in there too. All that, unless you just read him super hard, you won't have time for that.
Yeah. Oh, I think was that a team combo?
I think it was.
I think Luhtie hit him there.
I
Yeah.
think he did. Yeah.
Unfortunate for Horse right there.
Yeah, it's really too bad.
Limit on deck. Very interesting to see the difference between your two Zero Suit plays right now. We just saw your much more random and aggressive Zero Suit play.
People love to call my Zero Suit random. I mean,
it's not like it's a random Zero Suit, but it does such random things that it's crazy.
I play off mix-ups.
You do.
Yeah.
And Luhtie looks like he's looking for things more so, I guess. I don't know.
You know,
he's looking for setups more, I think.
I spent a long time as the Zero Suit, usually mostly after the nerfs, complaining about side B, because I didn't like that was like their pity buff, basically. And I gave the move more crap than I should have. It's actually, if you're against a slower character, like, you know, like Falcon or Sonic, they're going to get you. But if you hit their shield and you space it right, it's actually safe on shield.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually a really good poking tool. And you can catch landings with it for free because, you know, it's disjoint. And it's just a constant hitbox. You know, granted, people will slip out sometimes while taking less than 1% from it. But, I mean, you don't get punished in those situations. You just don't get as strong as a punch.
Oh, my goodness.
That was the style right there.
That was great.
Why nair when you can finish your touch?
I'm pretty happy with that one. I'm happy with that option.
I like that too. That's pretty sweet. That's textbook Stroder right there.
Absolutely. That's the Stroder right there. Just do stuff that's completely unnecessary.
Right, so was Luhtie watching my Zero Suit then?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's really interesting going back and forth between your Zero Suits.
She's got a lot of room to, like, I think she's, as far as top tiers go, she's pretty linear, but I don't, like, she's still top tier with a lot of good options, so I don't think she's as linear as, like, a character like Palutena.
Right, yeah.
Just like back airs and dash attacks.
But I mean, I don't know if you can play her too differently, like as a character like Sheik, who can be like fully campy or fully aggressive.
I mean, seriously, just doesn't have a tool that's like Needle's level of good.
No. She has Zaire and you mentioned side B, but that's about it as far as like really safe poking tools.
Yeah, she's really good at poking, but she can't do anything with camping. Like Taser doesn't go very far.
Right.
Obviously.
Another grounded finishing touch.
Hey, he's just
Horse is getting bodied by these. That's the third finishing touch he's been hit by this set.
He's dying so early to him too. I feel like Cloud's really not that bad for Zero Suit in singles or doubles. I feel like he's actually less bad in doubles, which is weird because Cloud is really good in doubles.
Very good in doubles.
Probably the best character. But I just don't.
But his advantage over Zero Suit is mostly based on neutral play, right? And neutral play is a little bit. It's slightly less important in doubles than it is in singles.
I feel like in the Cloud Zero Suit matchup in singles, Zero Suit's actually has a huge edge in the neutral with Zaire. It completely outranges every single one of his aerial options. And Zero Suit and Cloud actually have a very similar approach style where not many of their grounded options are super safe to go for.
Oh, another finishing touch kill.
That's brutal.
Man, Stroder's going in right now.
He's really just getting all of them. He's not really missing it.
He's 4 for 4 in finishing touches. That's a rarity with Cloud.
Yeah, that's very devastating too.
Usually, if you see Cloud's reaching for finishing touches that often, they're not hitting them.
Yeah, he's just catching them right when Saiki's hitting them. He's doing it at the perfect time when they really can't do anything about it.
Good team combo right there.
I think Cloud combos harder than Zero Suit, especially at lower percents. But when neither character, depending on what the other one's doing, if they can't approach in the air and they have to approach on the ground, they become a lot easier to fight.
Right.
Like that's what makes Diddy so hard for Zero Suit. Is that Diddy just stuffs you every single approach with fair.
Yeah.
So you gotta try to fight on the ground. And if he has banana in his down tilt, you have what do you have? Like, F tilt him? Like you're not gonna do anything.
Yeah, you can't do much. Oh man,
that's just
he's dead.
Couldn't get back from that.
Man, that's sad. Ty's gonna make it back from this. Oh, but Stroder's not.
That's gonna cost them big. Just kidding.
Yeah, they're still up 4-1. This is definitely not looking good for blue team.
Yeah, this is actually usually the situations where Stroder starts hitting his teammate for fun. But they're just gonna do that.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Didn't get the stock though. Really poor from Stroder.
I kind of expect better from him at this point.
Yeah, I think he'd be better at killing his teammate.
He's been playing this game for so long now.
Especially since it's Saiki, but he still just struggles against Saiki so much.
He's got the mental block against
Well, he did beat him at Rewired, so
yeah, I
can't
saw
complain
that.
too much.
You know,
1-1.
I don't know about that set, but the sets like immediately following that were pretty bad. All the guys seemed really tired.
Yeah, Stroder and Saiki both slept very, very little the night before.
I could
and
tell.
I mean, you know, whatever, screw them, but
it's 2-0 now.
2-0. 2-0 Stroder Saiki now.
Yeah.
So we are going double Zero Suit on Dreamland. So we are going the full Jank Smash 4 stuff right now.
I was wondering if they were going to switch away from Ness.
Yeah, Ness got bodied really hard by that Cloud.
I feel like in this team setup, Saiki and Stroder with Cloud and Sheik, I think that the problem character for them is Sheik. But I don't think either of these guys play a character that effectively deal with them. Like, that was a good breakout, but it didn't help.
No, it didn't help at all.
Cloud's really, I don't think Cloud's that bad for Zero Suit at all. Like singles or doubles. I think she loses barely in singles, and I think it's like as far as team composition goes, I think that she offsets him completely.
It's interesting you say that because Luhtie was talking about how he says you're very good at the Cloud matchup with Zero Suit. So maybe that's just something that you figured out that other Zero Suits haven't yet.
Yeah.
Or that some Zero Suits haven't yet,
I think it is because they're going to try to always approach with like an up air or a nair. They're going to run at you, and if you just retreat back and hit it with a Zair, if they don't react fast, you just get a free grab, and they're going to get scared because then they realize every time they get hit in the air,
right?
Every time they're jumping at you, they're getting hit really hard because you're getting grab punished.
Yeah.
So then they're going to start. If they're smart, they're going to adapt, and they're not going to keep going in the air again. So then what is he going to do? If he dash attacks you, all of his tilts are unsafe on shield. Like jabs unsafe. Even side B, if he's right next to you with side B, Zero Suit. Then the first two hits, there's a little break between second, third hit on cross slash.
Yeah.
Not limit, normal one. She can up B in between, and it's a guaranteed up B.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
There's enough lag. And there's barely any shield stun because they do like 3% a hit.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just goes 1-2 and then up B him out of shield, jump to cancel it.
Oh, interesting.
He got kicked into that, didn't he?
Yeah, it's pretty sad. They've really lost their stuff. They were actually in a pretty alright position right there.
See, the thing is that if you're watching them fight the Cloud, it seems like they're doing fine, but then you look at Saiki, and he's still under 60% on his first stock 2 minutes into the game.
Exactly. He's barely been hit all game. And that's part of just Saiki's really, really patient defensive Sheik.
Well, they have a very strong synergy just on a fundamental level where Stroder, he's not like he's an aggro. I guess he's kind of aggressive.
He's a pretty aggressive player, I would say.
Really what it is, he's a confident player.
Yes.
He goes in, he's not afraid to go in. Whereas Saiki has a very strong grasp on how to play defensively and play around hitboxes and stuff in space. So when you got two characters or players like that with characters that are equipped to do it, you just get a wall and just an arm that reaches everybody. Like, it's just, not to mention, just as the two characters together, they just combo so well with each other's players. Just
Cloud Sheik or Greninja Sheik.
Their synergy is just so good.
They're very impressive together. And they're looking very dominant right now as they're about to close this one out with a 3-stock.
Really what they're doing really well right now is they're not hitting each other like at all. Their anti-synergy is non-existent.
Damn. And Saiki power shielded that finishing touch.
Just for a good measure there.
Yeah, why not?
That was a clean 3-0 from...
That was a very clean 3-0.
That's going to be a hard team to fight.
Yeah, so winners finals is going to be Ollie and Solid versus Stroder and Saiki.
Trying to drop the mid.
I get very confused with all these S names.
Yeah, there's a lot of them, aren't there?
Yeah. And then in losers, we still are going to have Horace and Luhtie going on, so we're probably going to be switching over to some losers bracket for a little bit.
Some good stuff.
While we wait for that to catch up before we hit the winners finals up.
Strokey's looking in really good form today. They're looking really good.
What do you think's a better team name? They've been going Strokey. I think Cider's the better name.
Cider would only be worse because it sounds like, apple cider.
Exactly. That's why it's great.
It's kind of dumb.
It's sweet.
No. Strokey sounds really weird.
Strokey sounds really weird.
I think they could just come up with a name that doesn't have to be a combination of their
maybe.
tags.
Yeah.
They could. Me and Ollie don't even have a team name.
No, he's just Ollie and Solid.
I feel like there's definitely a name there where it has to do with something like King Kong, and he takes the blonde girl to the top of the tower. Zero Suit's the hot babe.
Yeah.
DK's like King Kong. There's something there. Beauty and the Beast, something like that. I haven't really put any effort into coming up with the name, and I feel like the few things I come up with are super corny, so I'm not going to use them.
Well, the good thing about team names is that we don't use them. Only at locals, and you only use them in AZ. You don't use team names in out of region tournaments ever.
No. That just kind of goes back.
And I like that because what you really care about is the players you're watching, right?
Right. No, totally. And
especially with the complete lack of static teams.
Yeah, I was gonna say there have to be a standard of static teams, so when someone says a name, you know which two players are talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a lot easier when people are constantly switching. Like if Stroder and Saiki don't team next week, you just say, oh, well, it's Stroder and Shane.
Yeah.
So much easier, like Stroder and SS. It's just all you have to do.
Exactly.
You don't have to come up with an entirely different name and be like, oh, wait, which team is the one with Stroder and Saiki? Which one's the one with Stroder and Shane?
Yeah.
I get it. It's a shame there aren't static teams because all this could be a thing.
Yeah, all of it could. But, we've got some static teams going on. TG's got static teams at least. We've got you and Ollie. We've got Aaron and Spencer. Me and Senpai are a static team, though we're not very good together.
Do you guys do Little Mac Rosa?
No, we do Cloud Rosa.
Cloud Rosa. How does that go? Seems like a pretty good team, actually.
It's a pretty good team. It's a good team. The problem is Senpai's Cloud is not quite there yet.
Does he swing into you a lot?
He just doesn't swing at the opponent all that much. What's up, Felix? Felix